Astros starting spring training down in Florida. And the first time, really the second time, that the bulk of them commented on the sign-stealing scandal from 2017. Chandler Rome, our friend from the Houston Chronicle, and Calic, he's down in West Palm. He joins us now. How are you, man?
You know, Matt, I've been better. It's been a day. It's been a year, Matt. It's been a year.
Hey, man, you ain't digging the railroad, bro. Come on.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Hey, did we learn anything today?
You learn that the players have some remorse, which is not something that we knew coming into the day. Because frankly, no current player on the Astros team that was on the 2017 team had addressed it. Everything that had come out had either been from players that retired or were fired, or players that now play for other teams. Today was the first time that Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman, Carlos Correa, George Springer, faces of this franchise actually really addressed this in depth. And all of them expressed contrition, remorse, and took some culpability for this, which is something that certainly the sport as a whole has been waiting for. Because there are a lot of angry people in this industry, a lot of angry people in this sport, a lot of angry opposing players. They wanted to hear from these guys, and I think today was the first step into doing that.
Do you buy it?
I do. I do cautiously. I think today was a lot of. I'd be lying to you if they weren't sticking to a script today. I heard a lot of the same turns of phrase today. I heard a lot of the same sort of things today. But also I heard Carlos Correa speak in remarkable candor, and he went off script. And he said there's been this speculation going around about the Astros wearing buzzers during the 2019 season. He made it a point to say, I am putting my credibility on the line right now when I tell you guys that is 100% a lie. It is not a fact. You can kill that story now. And the candor with which he spoke, the regret in Jose Altuve and George Springer's voices, I bought some of it. There's some of it I didn't buy, I'll be honest with you. But, all in all, I think today was a good step for the Astros players. Their owner, Jim Crane, on the other hand, he's had better days. He did not present himself well today. And I think, unfortunately for the players, that overshadowed some of the good they did.
Chandler Rome on Twitter at Chandler_Rome, Houston Chronicle, there in Florida covering Astros spring training. How does, in the immediate short term, the Astros and baseball move forward?
So the Astros today did. Questions about sign stealing will not stop after today. Today was not just the end-all, be-all. I know a lot of Astros that were moving forward to 2020 and all that. Questions are still going to continue. They may slow after today. The media contingent will obviously get smaller after today, but questions will always hound them. They're going to be treated pretty awfully on the road this year, I would imagine, in every ballpark that they travel to. Other reporters from other cities will come into the clubhouse and ask questions. This will follow them wherever they go this year. This will not stop. The stain of this scandal will be on the Astros' legacy forever, for as long as the franchise plays baseball. But immediately in the aftermath, today was a good first step, but it's certainly not the end-all, be-all. This is going to follow the Astros going forward.
Two more things quickly, because I know you're short on time. One, impressions of Dusty Baker today.
I tell people all the time, Dusty Baker has won 1,800 games. He's three-time manager of the year. He's won a pennant. The Astros did not hire him for his managerial tactics. The Astros hired him because he can galvanize the clubhouse. He can get these guys on one mission, moving one forward, and he is a master crisis manager. This guy prevented Jeff Kent from killing Barry Bonds for 6 years. He shepherded the Giants through Barry Bonds' steroid scandal and home run chase. He managed Bryce Harper. He managed Sammy Sosa. He managed Ryan Theriot. He has managed all sorts of personalities and knows how to interact within a clubhouse, and he is the ultimate player's manager. And this is what this team needs. They need credibility, which Dusty Baker brings in droves, and they need somebody that can keep this clubhouse focused on baseball and focused on one thing, and that's moving forward. And I think Dusty Baker is the guy for that. And that's the reason I think he was on the dais today. He had no business being on that dais because he had nothing to do with the sign stealing, but he wanted to show, I think, that he's got his players' backs, and that starts from day one.
He managed Terrio. Build the statue. So do you think, last thing, knowing the guys in the clubhouse like you do and talking about, as you did, how this is going to follow them all year, do you think this does have an impact in their on-field performance in 2020?
I don't know. I think these guys get heckled. These guys get heckled even in non-sign stealing years, and it doesn't seem to faze them. This will obviously be something that they have never encountered before, and I think it's going to be a learning experience for kind of all of us as we go along. So I don't know if I can answer that right now. I don't think Jose Altuve is all of a sudden going to become a bad hitter because more fans yell at him and call him a cheater. I don't think the same thing's going to happen to Alex Bregman. I don't think Justin Verlander's suddenly not going to be a Cy Young caliber pitcher because people call him a cheater. I think from a skill level perspective, these guys are elite. This is one of the most talented returning teams in baseball. I think it's going to be more what goes on inside their head and how they handle it mentally. And again, I think this is where Dusty Baker comes in huge. He's going to have to keep these guys with a one-track mind, sort of moving forward, and keep this train on the tracks moving forward. Because if they let some of these this vitriol get into their head during the season, it could derail. But I think Dusty Baker's the guy. They want him in there because he can keep them on the right track.
On Twitter at Chandler_Rome, HoustonChronicle.com, proud Catholic High alum, one Chandler Rome. Go Bears!
Go Bears. Thanks, guys.
See, man. it's Chandler Rome. How could I not, Musso? Well, don't you dare fade that out, Musso. You dare do it. This day we're all out for victory, no matter what the cost, 'cause we'll fight forever till that last white line is crossed. Eat that, Richard Condon.